YouTube, we are live. We are live. We are back in the building. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Hit the like button and stay active. Stay active in the comment section because I got a good show for you today. As you can see, I didn't do the intro. Usually I do the intro. It's been like a year or so I ain't do the. I've been doing that intro, but I say, you know what? Let me try something different, right? Because it's not like it's too much people, but sometimes the people in the comments be coming at me crazy, saying like, yo, you taking too long on your intro. So, and I have heard it from my panel too. So I decided not to do an intro, but thank you for being here with your boy on a Friday. Shout out to you. As you can see, we started off early. We got Candace in the building with us. She says I'm first. And also she letting y'all know to do me a favor. Hit the like button as you come in the door. Hit the like button, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And let us know. Do me a favor as you come in. And if you're watching it right now, let me know where you're watching me from. Let's do a little bit of inventory so I know where my people are at, right? Let's make sure we know where we are watching from. All of my people, my GMT fam that's in the building right now. Where you watching us from? Come in the door, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to y'all. This is going to be a good show. Y'all know how we do on a Friday. Grown men trash talking. Today is a little different. I'm going to take it a little old school for y'all. Y'all know how I used to do. I reviewed multiple shows, multiple craziness, I should say, that's happening on social media. So you know how we do. What's up, my sister? Please tell Jerome I said what up. Please tell her husband I said what up. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the GMT family. Shout out to everybody that's part of Me to Marry, that's a part of the cast, that's helping me build and grow this show to the next level. Like I said, we got some great things in store for you. So make sure you tap in, stay tuned. We live. We got a lot going on over here. Salute to my guy. All right, y'all. To no delay. If y'all want, stop me, ask me questions. We here. Never fear, my dude, Blockchain Willie Beeman is in the building. Salute and shout out to you. Do me a favor, y'all. Go over and subscribe to my brother channel, coming in hot. Also, my dude on there next is in the building. What up? He say he's checking in from the Hamptons. We on the beach. Oh, my God. Yo, you know what? I was sitting on my couch today and I said, listen, man, I need a vacation. But you know, when you in like that hustle mode, right? When you on your grind and everything about you is like on a go, it's like my brain won't really allow me to stop. I feel as if I took a vacation, I'll feel guilty. Even though I know I need one, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I did travel, I went to Los Angeles a few weeks ago. It was business. You know, I stopped at Universal Studios for one day, but primarily it was all business, and I came back. So it's like so hard to like really settle down and chill and take in some fresh air and be on a beach somewhere with some palm trees, sipping out of a damn coconut. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to do with my life right now. But damn, I'll feel guilty if I do. But do me a favor, my guy. While you're out there, please enjoy that weather. Enjoy the views. Have a good time. And you know what I'm saying? Have a shot of whiskey for me, man. Get an old fashioned and have an old fashioned for your boy while you out there. So shout out and salute to the Hamptons. All right, y'all. All right. Got a good show for y'all. Y'all know how we do, right? Friday, Grown Men Trash Talk. We got something special in store. We got some foolishness for y'all. All right. I wanted to start off with this video. I had to manipulate it because the reason why is copyright. So I ended up just putting my own music on it. So if you do know who this content creator is, fine. You know what I'm saying? And if she does see it, yeah, I had to change it because you had copywritten music behind it. But let's go. Let's talk about it. All right. All right. So let's start. Just because I know some of y'all are pocket watching right now. She says, ladies, please don't marry into these families. Right? So we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going. One, a family where the man is the breadwinner to his mom, dad, or other relatives. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I know you probably can't see it. I know some people are pocket watching, but she's basically telling women to not marry into certain types of families, right? So, one, the type of family where she's starting with is a family where the man is the breadwinner to his mom and dad or other mom to his mom, dad, or other relatives. I don't know where a man is the whatever. I needed her to explain one to me because it made absolutely no sense. But let's keep going. Two, she said, where a family, where basically a family where the man's parents have abandoned a child or estranged from one or more of their children, right? So basically, she's just telling y'all to be single. Let's keep going. His family's political views are opposite to yours. All right, keep going. A man who runs his ideas and decisions by, not through. He's not necessarily going to his mom and taking her final word. He's just running it by, right? So let's keep going. All right. A man who has a polygamous dad, not him, but his dad, unless you are open to polygamy and you are fine with him having other wives. All right, go. She says also a family where no one is married, but they all have children out of wedlock. Number 7, she says a family where only the mother and grandmothers are around to raise the children. She says, you just don't see any fathers around. All right, let's go. Another one, she says, a family with a history of alcoholism and drug addiction. Keep going. Here we go. She's number 9. She says, he comes from an atheist family. All right, let's keep going. Number 10, she says his family and relatives all seem to hate each other and have strife. All right, let's keep going. Number 11, she says a family where most or all are overweight or obese. All right, and I see Candace is agreeing with a lot of what she got to say up here. I want to know why, but we're gonna break this down bit by bit. I just wanted to kind of get the overall off the nutshell, and then we could break this down bit by bit. She says, ladies, please be very careful. She says you are marrying him along with his family and his past. All right. So that's scary with Melanie P. Mel is in the building. What up? Mel, she's out here. Do me a favor. Mel, drop the link to your channel in the chat. All right. So I get it, right? So some of the stuff, it sounds like it makes sense. But you see, what she's talking about, and this is what I'm gathering, and it's not only me. If you go to her channel, she got a lot of slack. She got a lot of heat from people in her comment section. And they was basically saying, like, So you basically you telling everybody to be single. Basically, you telling everybody to be single. How many people? All right, let's just go over one real quick, right? She says a family where a man is the breadwinner to his mom, dad, or other relatives. I'm guessing she's saying a family where the dad is the full-on provider, which makes no sense. Every woman wants a provider. You know what I'm saying? So no. I don't even today. I'm at peace. I don't want no problems. I don't want problems. I'm just here at peace. But most of everything that she's saying right now, when you look at it, right? When you look at it, she's basically saying, don't marry a man because you marry his family. But in reality, if that's the case, guess what? Most of the men that you're gonna marry have sisters. Why are we talking like these why are we talking like these things don't work on both sides of the fence? So what you're telling people is that what you're essentially saying is that whatever trauma you had, right? Whatever you went through in the past, she said, man, send me the link. I'm gonna send you the link right now. It's like saying whatever you went through in the past is sorry, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna send you the link right now, Candace. I'm gonna send you the link. Uh where's Candace? Candace. Whatever you went through in the past means like, you can't hurdle. You can't get over it. Therapy doesn't work because most people have families with problems. Most people do. But we gonna talk. We gonna talk about it, kid. It's gonna be an interesting conversation. Let me get you this link right now. All right, all right. I'm moving slow. Pardon me. Pardon me. Let me get this over to Instagram as well. Let's get this over to Instagram as well. All right. So basically, y'all get what I'm saying. Most people come with problems. Most families come with problems. Most everyone comes with family history. So yeah, I get it. Certain morals like atheists, nah. All right, you don't want to marry somebody because if their whole family doesn't believe in Christ, yeah, they wasn't raised in those certain values. Candace, I just sent you the link. I just sent you the link. Most families weren't necessarily born. I mean, where he wasn't taught that value of whatever, Christ. Let's look at it like that. So yeah, atheist is one thing. But the breadwinner, then let's look at the second one. All right, here she goes. What up, my sister? How
What's
you doing?
happening?
Talk to me.
So, I think that maybe you should consider the way that you are looking at it, your perspective. I say that
Okay.
because if you look at it as her giving advice to young women on how to make sure they mitigate the risk in relationships and how to make sure they set themselves up for as much success as possible to avoid those type of families, every single one of it, I think there's one I didn't agree with, but every single one I can see the value behind it. So let's break
So
down the first one.
let's break it down. So break this down to me.
Okay, I need you to read it to me because I don't have glasses on and I couldn't see it
Okay, I
anyway.
got you. So she says a family where the man is the breadwinner to his mom. But then I think she made a mistake, but she wrote dad or other relatives. I don't
She
even know
did
what that
not
means.
make a mistake. She didn't make a mistake.
Okay, so what she was
Tell me what you hear.
so a family where the man, meaning the father of the house, that's what I would take the man meaning, right? Where
Hmm.
he's the breadwinner to his mom. Because now we're talking about not your man, but the mom and the dad. So he's
No.
the breadwinner to the mom of the
Hmm.
house. She said dad or other relatives.
So in most cases, so we're not talking about people who have an exorbitant amount of money and they're caring for their parents. Let's say we're talking about, let's say low middle class. Okay, maybe 40, 50, maybe $60,000 a year, even up to 90. Let's say that. If you walk into a family where he's taking care of the mom and the dad, now you're going to have to work that into your home. Like I'm going to have to work that into my home with me, my husband, my kids. Then I got to worry about the mom and dad. Now, if they are old if they're older and they need help, then okay, need help. Maybe we need to move each other in. Maybe we need to get a bigger house. But if someone is the breadwinner for their mom and dad, you're gonna always play second fiddle to that. But it depends on their character. So I can see that.
So I get what you're saying, and maybe I looked at that wrong, but even still, right? I would still say, obviously, you're choosing a responsible man who knows where his finances need to go. So we're not talking about
Or
just a man that
or
makes 50.
or
Yeah.
there are men out there that just do those things not because they're financially secure or whatever the case may be. They do those things from a sense of quote unquote responsibility. But if you aren't smart or wise with it, you having a wrong sense of, and hear me when I say this, you having a wrong sense of loyalty to anyone who you believe is your responsibility, that's going to weigh on what your actual responsibility is. So yes, I'm not talking about the men that do their money correctly, they shepherd their money correctly, they shepherd their funds correctly, and they have an excess of funds to help their parents aside from their marriage or their family. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about those of us who are almost living paycheck to paycheck and taking care of their, not even taking care of their families, but just the breadwinner. The mom will be like, you know what, I want some chicken today. I want some seafood. I think that's who she's talking about. Like dad is like, I want to go on a trip or I want to go fishing. Son, I need this. Son, I need that. And they're not taking care of their own finances at all.
Okay. But what? But still, all right, I get it. But like I said, my guess would be that women are trying their best to pick the most suitable man to
Yeah.
where even if he is taking care of his mom or dad, right, or anyone for that matter. Because here's what happens in a lot of these situations too. A lot of women end up being able to where their mom and dad might need some help, and then they end up looking towards their husbands. That happens a lot of the time as well. So most of these problems that we're seeing happens both ways, right? It's not like it's just men go through it. It happens both ways. So why are
Okay.
we telling men? Why are we telling women to avoid something that happens on average to most families, especially in the Black community? And you know the main reason why it doesn't happen to where the mom and dad are usually set up? Because most of them was poor. Most of them didn't have a savings. Most of them didn't. Most people in our community raise their children to take care of them when they get old. And this is
Okay.
men and women alike.
Yeah, so that's my point. Like it, what I'm not understanding is like okay, you have parents and what you just said, they didn't have that, they didn't have this, they didn't shepherd their money correctly, and you're just going to be shelling out money to your parents because they didn't shepherd their
If
money
I could,
correctly. Not saying not to do it. I'm saying there needs to be what I think she's not talking about what we're talking about, responsible people. I think she's talking about people that just do it with no vision. But let's go on to the second one. Let's see how it breaks down.
okay, let's go down to the second one. So number two, right, where she talking about, she says a family where a man's parents have abandoned a child or estranged from one of their other children. Right.
Of a man whose parent abandoned a child. The only thing I can say is nature and nurture. Once you determine how he feels about that, or how he or she, because it can go both directions, how they feel about it, and whether or not that instance or that situation plays any role on who they are as a person. But then again, that goes from person to person, family to family. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we all know that now, like statistically, that's changed big time, right? Where um, Black fathers are the most involved, right? But now we're talking about people in the 90s and I'm guessing 90s and 80s and our generation, millennials, who a lot of us, yeah, we might have had a father that bounced, but that goes both ways. So you're telling people to just not meet each other when you're saying that, because most people may have had a father or even a mother that bounced. So then now we bounced. You have these parents that wasn't there. Are we saying don't come together? Like,
No, I think what
what's
I think maybe what I would assume her intention would be is these are red flags, and you're supposed to address every red flag that comes into contact, and whatever is remains a red flag, that remains a red flag, and whatever is satisfied, like whatever satisfies the whole red flag, like it brings it black back in the black or in the blue or whatever. Yeah, I think that's what she's telling us. I don't think she's saying just don't date. What's the next
No,
one?
but she said but she said avoid. So she's saying don't date. And this is why her comment section came for her. They came for her so hard in her comment section, she actually limited her comments because it was like, yo, they was killing her because it's like, yo, why are you because you're not, I'm guessing she's not married, she's not in a relationship, but she's a counselor, a therapist, and she's basically telling people to do things to stay away from people as if therapy can't work for men either.
I'd say the same thing. Listen, if I'm coaching a woman or I'm in a woman's face and she's paying me to do what's best for her, I would give her all of those good things. I'm not going to tell her, but am I going to tell her, child, you can work through any family, child. It don't matter what his family doing, it don't matter what they're doing, it don't matter how it's happening, child, you'll work through that. No, I'm going to tell
I
her to
think
set
it
herself, I'm going to tell her to set herself up for the best, for the most successful relationship possible, and especially for her. There's an issue when I'm coming together with one person. I'm a stay at home. Like I'm domesticated. I'm make money, have businesses, whatever, but by nature I'm domesticated. So imagine if I marry someone who has a responsibility to their parents. That's just not going to work. And you and I, we believe in God and the Bible. Like you detach from that. That's not the way that it goes. If we can do it, then we can do it, but it's not going to be successful that way. So of course I'm going to tell someone you need to investigate how the money is being sent, and if there is like a method to the madness as opposed to it just happening when it comes to
right.
a go ahead.
Right, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Is it not worth getting to know the person? If you're telling a person don't date, you're telling them to stay away from it. Then yeah, like most people have family trauma. It's just is what it is. I don't think anyone is coming from a clean slate where our families were perfect. The mom, the dad, the white picket fence, the house. A lot of people in our community grew up in projects. A lot of people in our family did not have the best situations. A lot of people had domestic violence and all of those things happening in our communities. We've been through, some of us, not all, of course, but the greater majority of us have brothers and sisters that have been through these things alike. So if we're saying,
Quinn, I'm
what
sorry,
Quinn
I'm in the
say?
comment. Quinn, a psychiatrist is someone that prescribes medicine. You mean a psychologist? Either way though, I get it. Let's go
Oh,
to the next one. Let's go to the next one.
all right, let's go to the next one. Let's go to the, all right.
Where is
So
it?
we at number two. So we're gonna go to
Three.
number three. Number three. Number three. His family's political views are opposite than yours.
It don't matter. It can be opposite, but if they are like really loud about it and passionate about it, if he's that way, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I don't care about politics. I stay away from politics because I don't care. None of that really touches me in my mind and in my world.
But
So
you won't believe how many people look at it as a red flag because it's like, well,
it is a
you
red
know,
flag. It's just
so
like
you
being
think it's
equally
you.
yoked.
So you wouldn't. Let's say, okay. Let me ask you a question,
Hmm.
and I'm not putting this on you in any way, but I need to. I would like to know.
Hmm.
Right now, I don't. I'm guessing you are a Democrat, right?
I do not
So
affiliate with any party.
okay, so you're part of no party.
I'm part of no
Okay, so
party.
then let's take this off of you. A
Hmm.
woman is a Democrat. Her man is a Democrat.
Hmm.
Years go by, 5, 10 years go by. And now that man, because this is what happens to a lot of men. A lot of men, especially as we get older, we start to think of things more like family based, like what's best for my family. Is it
Hmm.
best that we try to appease the one percenters, make that specific group over there, or these specific they thems over there, or do we
Hmm.
worry more about my family and what I go through and my children and their values, right?
Hmm.
So we tend to go that way. Amir, what's good, brother? We tend to go that way. So let's say 10 years from down the line, two Democrats, the man now turns Republican because he
Hmm.
starts looking at life different. What happens then?
Number one, I don't think that you have to change party affiliations because you agree with a strong view of one party or another. So in that being said, I think that that also depends on the conversation, whether or not he is anal about his views, and if he's loud about it. It all depends on the conversation that you have with their partner. If that's a major part of them, I know for me, I can't deal with them, because y'all going that's a waste of time and a waste of energy in most cases.
Yeah, but are you saying divorce? So you're a psychologist, right? So
Yeah.
you as a psychologist, would you now turn around and tell that woman to divorce? And I know you won't
No.
say this,
No.
but so what would be your advice for a woman that's like, oh my God, like my husband is in love with Donald Trump. He feels as if Trump
You got to
is
deal with it,
the
boo.
best thing that happens. It's like,
You got to
okay,
deal with it. You got to deal with it, boo. Go ahead, talk to God about it. If he wrong, God, and he's you chose right, and he's submissive to the Holy Spirit. Guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna change. Go talk to God about it.
but
Hey, Daddy,
but
what's
but
up?
why would he change? Why wouldn't it be her following him to
I'm I,
change?
I'm not saying he's going to change. I'm saying if it isn't in the will of God, whenever we speak a thing and we speak the will of God, God has no choice, because he's already promised that he's going to take those things and carry out his word. He watches over his word to see that it's carried out. So if it is an issue, then God will deal with it. If it keeps going, then obviously it's not an issue for him. It's an issue for me, something I need to deal with on the inside.
Right, right. Because my guess would be, and this is what I truly believe, right? I believe that a woman should follow her man, and in every instance follow her man. So
Mhm.
I think a woman should like reconsider her thoughts of even a political party if her man decides to now go to the other side. But I think he should, within reason, try his best, his darndest, to explain to his wife why his political views have changed. Because yeah, I believe in that you could completely vote for another party if it comes down to your views feeling like this candidate is more of my based on family and religion of what I believe.
Yeah, that's my thing. You would, if you finally decide that you're going to go to another party that has totally different beliefs than the party you were in before, and now you want your wife to change that.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm going to give her reasons why. Right,
Yeah, but
I'm
what
going
if
to tell
but
her.
what if she doesn't? What if she's like, I hear you, I understand you, and I respect that, but I don't see it that way, and I'm still on this, and I still disagree with things over there. So what are you gonna do then if she makes a decision, because she's an individual and she's your equal, your sister in Christ when it comes to that, because we're individuals first before we're married.
So
So
me personally, I don't believe you should divorce. No, I'm not the one that will ever say that. But I think most men wouldn't even say that either. I think women would say
Quint,
that. I believe. Don't hold
sorry.
up. Stay out the stay out the
I can't help
comments.
but wait. One minute, Quinn. You said is psychology and religion a good mix? Baby, what I've learned is that it is the perfect mix. The perfect mix. It just depends on who you are and the mind that you have, whether or not you have the capability and the acuity to deal with it. So yeah, it's an amazing mix. And keep coming for me now. Go ahead.
Quinn, he gonna keep coming for you.
Keep
So
coming for me.
so I mean, but like I said, I don't think men are the ones that push divorce after something like that happens. I think a lot of that happens, and it'll probably be the women that'll
I
kind of
can
sway
agree.
and say,
I
"Yo,
can
you
agree
know
with
what?
that.
I can't. We're not equally yoked anymore, so let's divorce." This is why one of the reasons. Part I'm sure that under the guise of irreconcilable differences is one of the biggest reasons for divorce, and that could be why. Because a lot of
Yeah,
men end up looking at things different in life, especially the older we get. We don't stay the same. You know what I'm
that's the
saying?
point.
But
Yeah.
so let's move on to four. What she talking about with number four? So number four, she says a man who runs his ideas and decisions by his mom.
Now, I think you took it in an offensive way, and you made sure that you separated by, like, that he runs it by, and you made sure that you made it so where not through his, it's, I believe she's saying the same thing. There's no reason for my husband to run his decisions by his mom unless we've spoken about it and I can add nothing else. Then I'm going to encourage you to go out to other people. It's just like having a circle of influence, it's having those people that you can bounce ideas off of. But first, it's us first, and then we go outside of that. So if you do it all the time, then no, something is wrong because I'm a good talker and a good listener. But if every now and then you need to run it past your mama, then that's cool. But if you got to pick up a phone every time, no, you haven't left. I'm good.
Okay. So what? So okay, he runs his ideas by you. Then he runs the ideas by his mom. He's not saying he's listening to anyone. Maybe he's listening to you, but he's just running his ideas by his
Yeah,
mom.
you trying
This
you
is why
trying to
this
you
is
trying to make it so where it fits what you think. That's not that's it's plain and simple. A man that runs this by his mother, based on that, yeah. If you continually run your things by your mother, run not ran, like run as in you're doing it, not that you've done it. Then yeah, that might be an issue.
okay. Okay.
Um,
And,
I can't
and,
stand
and
the
I guess
comments.
stay out the comments.
Where's the Jews? Free will isn't a factor, leaving it to God when he was convinced to change his opinion by man is a bit passive. I have no idea what you're saying. Can you say it a little bit clearer? Like break it up into sentences, please. Go ahead.
So, what he says, free will insists a factor. A factor. He says, leaving it to God when he is convinced to change his opinion by a man. So I'm guessing we're talking about when we talked about religion and
Oh,
that
leave
part
it
where
to
we talked
God. Yes. Leaving it to God is not passive. You didn't hear me when I say, when I spoke something, you speak it, you pray it. You're speaking what God has already spoken and what God's intent is. So he says that he watches over his word to see that it's carried out. So me praying is as active as anything can be. That's an active thing, praying. It's not passive because God will. This is me just using the tools that I have and being smart about it. That's it. Go
about. Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
Number 5.
All right. Let's go. Number five. Number five. All right. Number five, she says, a man who has a polygamous dad. Now, she's not saying he's polygamous.
That's the
She's
one.
saying his dad is polygamous. Unless you are open to polygamy and you are fine with him having other wives. Now, where does that, like, this is the thing with what she's doing. Like, this is rare one. We're talking about 1% of the population practice that. Then let's even to talk about let me not say one because a lot of people practicing polygamy. Y'all in
Hmm.
polygamous relationships, and y'all know it. A lot of side chicks out there already know that they man got wives and all types of other women, and they still
They
sleeping with
they
them.
lazy. They ain't practicing
Whatever,
polygamy. They ain't practicing
whatever.
polygamy. They got
But
threesomes.
okay, so here we go with this though. If his dad is that way, what does that have to do with him?
Okay. Nature versus nurture. Depending, that's why questions are involved. How long has your dad been polygamous? And is this something that's supported around the family? How are we going to deal with our children seeing this and learning this? What are we going to do? It's basically protecting yourself and your family from certain things. So yeah, if your daddy got is polygamy all around, I have to make sure that that's not what's in your head. Do you think it's okay? How do you
So
feel
now I
about
tell you
it?
now. So then, okay, so because this is all hypothetical, right? So now I let you know that it's not okay, and I don't believe in polygamy. I want one wife, but my dad, yeah, he's been practicing polygamy his whole life.
All right, cool. So just one. All you got to do is mention something. All you got to do is blink an eye like you want to do something. It's over.
That's crazy. Why would you do that?
You didn't hear what I said.
No, you said okay. Repeat that. You said if he blinks his eyes like he
Like
wants to do something,
so
it's over.
so absolutely. If listen, I you already know me by then. So we've already come to the agreement, the mutual agreement that polygamy is out. But 2 years later, you come to me with it.
So let's just say he's not coming at you with polygamy, but he just says something like, um, "You know what, my dad, I love that lifestyle because it's
That's an
family."
issue.
He,
That's an issue
but
because
he's
I
not
should have
saying
known.
he want.
I
He's
don't
not saying
care.
he
That's an
wants.
issue. That's an issue. If you loving that lifestyle, that's an issue where it comes to me spiritually. For me, it's a no go. Period. So if you like that lifestyle, it's something about us that's not connecting, and we will never get past that part. That's ridiculous. Like I should have done my work beforehand, unless I did, and he said nah 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 just to get me, and then further down the line, you know what? I like my dad's lifestyle. You better not like it too much, buddy. And why do you like it? And at that point, iron sharpens iron. At that point, now I'm challenging where you are biblically because I can, because we're together.
Mm. Okay. Okay. Listen, I'm not taking away from you. I think if someone else's views, and I could agree, I'm a married man. I've been married to my wife for 15 years. Do I understand and think that the polygamous lifestyle is okay? I do. I don't think anything is wrong with it. I don't think
Okay.
anything is wrong with it. And so you think that Tiffany and I should have a problem because I say that? The reason why I don't think anything is
I bet.
wrong with it
Wait,
because
hold on. We gonna get off. We gonna one day. I'm gonna call you. Or I'm gonna text you. I'm gonna say it to her. Then you gonna give me her number, and I'm gonna call her, and I'm gonna figure out what happened. Because I
I'm
guarantee
saying,
you, out the
I'm
ordinary,
saying,
not dealing
oh
with this, because she gonna have some understanding. Out of the blue, I guarantee you, you say some mess like that, you'll be coming with a black eye. You'll be calling me talking about what
no,
makeup do I put on my
listen,
face because it's
my
DV.
wife, my wife don't hit me. She won't, and she know not to.
I'm just giving you
But
an example.
but even still, I'm saying it live because this is how I truly feel. I actually watch shows where they talk about that, and I be like, and me and her actually watch those shows together. And I'm telling her like, yo, listen, I'm not the lifestyle. I don't knock
No,
the
but
lifestyle.
you not lock not you not knocking it is different than you liking it and supporting it. That's
I
different.
also listen. I don't want to be a part of it. But would I say it's a good thing for some families? I
No, that ain't what we that ain't what we
personally,
talk about. We talking about you saying
and that's me supporting it.
I like the polygamous relationships.
I like the polygamous relationships
Say it
because
again.
I like the polygamous relationships
Say it
because I feel
again.
like it.
Say it
I ain't gonna
again.
say it again. I
So
ain't
one
gonna
more
say it
time. Just
again.
one more time.
No, no,
One more
y'all
time for
heard me.
shock value.
You heard me. I like the idea of polygamous relationships because I feel as if those relationships are healthy for a conducive family, especially now in nowadays when you can't really afford to live, especially also if you are okay with somebody having bedroom time with other people and it's not a big deal to you and you can see past that insecurity or however you feel about it,
You
right?
do know that it's
Because
not a
women, because
it's not a marriage, it's not a relationship. It's a situationship, an agreement that they came up with to make life work better for them.
okay, and you know what? That's valid to look at it like that. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
good.
But you got to think about this. Monogamy is new. Monogamy is not a thing that it's something only poor people practice back in the day. We
What?
all know, yeah, it is.
Say
It's
what?
monogamy is something that really poor people practice back in the day.
You don't
Kings and
sound right. Don't make
people
me
of
go
stature.
biblical.
No, but it's real. It's
No,
real.
it's not.
It's it's real. Even biblically, how much wives did Abraham have? And
So you poor?
like, huh?
Are you poor?
I said back in the day. I'm not talking about now. Now it's more common. That's why I said it's new. It's a new concept since probably the
Monogamy is
18.
a new concept. Monogamy was a concept since it's not good that man should be alone. I'm going to lay you down, put you to sleep, take your rib, blow my breath, and make you another companion. One, not two. Monogamy is since the beginning of time.
He gave you a woman, but it doesn't take away from the fact that men have not practiced monogamy till since like the 1800s. That's why I say it's fairly new. Actually, to be honest
No,
with
it
you,
was skipped a generation.
hold on. And it's why I say it's old. The kings and rich people didn't practice it. The older, um, the Bible is what brought monogamy to people. Because the Bible, when you brought Christianity into the building, that's when it turned into, okay, yeah, we got to be monogamous because it's what people practiced in the Bible, right?
Okay.
So, world class here, world class has, he said, monogamy, 1610s, practice of marrying only once in a lifetime. Okay, 1610,
I was
right?
going to say
And
1610 ain't recent. It's old.
Okay, no, it's definitely that's old. But what I'm saying is, even if you look at it like that, right? We're talking about the practice of it as opposed to the majority of people doing it. The majority of people that did it was people that were poor, kings and queens and all of that. Well, not queens, but yeah, I mean, they were a part of it, but they practiced being polygamists for centuries, for centuries. And this is like I said, but when you look at the overall history of people, it is nothing. It's since the Bible, since Christianity was brought to people. That's where it came from. That's where it came from. And here, look, world class. He says God gave Adam 2 wives, Lilith and Eve. He says that's not.
Where is that in the King James version? So, or
Well,
the
there's different
original,
versions of the Bible.
or the original Greek or Hebrew. Where did the Lilith come from? And I'm not saying it's not true. I'm asking you where it came from.
All right, y'all getting past my pay grade. I don't know. Maybe we need to bring world class up here. But but world class, let me know if you want to come up and explain that part. But
Nobody said nothing about what Adam has said.
I don't
Who
know.
Adam had sex with.
I know mainly about the King James version, and I know the Bible definitely had its ways of telling people how to live and how to be. And when you brought Christianity into the game, it was telling most, and especially the King James version of the Bible, it told people how to be.
Yeah, but it not being an original, it's not good that man should be alone. He gave him a woman, and then when we get married, it's one woman and one man. That's why I'm not getting it. You're talking a lot, you're saying stuff that makes sense on other things, but it's contradicting what I know you believe as far as the Bible. So I'm trying to get to
Listen,
where that's at.
I believe in the Bible, but I'm not saying that I
Jewish
don't
mysticism,
not.
right?
But
TDP. That's what I'm getting at.
What I'm trying to say is that I don't knock the lifestyle of it. I'm not saying that I want it. I'm not saying that I'm like, yo, listen, I want another wife. I'm good with the wife I have. What I'm
But you would
just trying
support
to
a
say
man
is,
doing it.
hell yes. I don't even talk about a woman now. I don't support a woman doing it. I truly believe that men and women are made up different. Truly believe that men, and I think biologically it makes sense that we're made up different, right? And even if you look at the fact that you could get pregnant, who would you know if you slept with 2 men today? Not you, say, but a woman slept with 2 men today, you got pregnant. How would you know who the father is? So yeah, it comes with a lot of crazy, work that could happen with that if a woman was to practice that type of lifestyle, as opposed to a man practicing. I could sleep with 2 different women, and I know both of those kids are mine.
I mean, are we talking about being 304s? Or are we talking about actual true to the definitive word of polygamous relationships? Because just because you sleep with 2 different people, it doesn't make it polygamous. This is what I'm saying.
No,
Like, we got. Go
I'm
ahead.
talking about the practice of the lifestyle. Yeah. Look, Scary Road, double standards. Double standards exist. It's a part of life. We all have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Women
so
can hit men, they get away with it. So double standards are a part of life. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, the whole thing with me is I agree with if that's what people want to do. I'm not throwing stones at them, and I'm not saying that that lifestyle is crazy, because once you're doing it right and you're doing it under the guise of family and you're doing it under the guise of, okay, we're all under one household. I'm not talking about the people that
you to say what's right.
sex.
How you gonna say that's right, but if a woman do it, it's not right?
That's
not a good look.
Like I said,
that's not a good look.
It's a
you talking about,
it
especially
is
if we're doing it under the guise of family. A woman would do it because of family. She do it more for family. You guys will just do it for. Then why are you
Women
doing it?
because they enjoy different things from different men. That's why a lot of
That's why y'all doing it.
No, we don't.
You sound real crazy.
I've talked to men that have practiced that lifestyle or in that lifestyle, and they don't do it along the guise of, yo, I just enjoy having sex with this woman, and then this woman gives me things.
They do it for money too.
More money. No, I see more. They do it because the money comes to the household.
Yeah.
So if all 3 of us are working, you are working, then that's valuable to the family.
But that's not how
That's
family. That's not how family was. So it may be valuable, but it's the least of the value. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's more to promote, like the way that families were before. Men are supposed to work by the sweat of their brow. Women take what the men bring in and we replicate it, or we give birth to something else. Like we duplicate. We're incubators. So we're not meant to go out there and work by the sweat of our brow. No, we're supposed to take
but,
what you bring in and
but
shepherd it correctly to flip it. So for that matter
that's
right there,
not
that's going out
happening.
of line with how things were
But
supposed to work.
but let's be real though. How
Skinny,
can
you late.
is that feasible in today's market?
Absolutely, it's feasible. It's just about the encouragement and people.
How?
Because I'm doing it.
Listen, Jerome and you could be an exception to the rule. Me
Mm.
and my wife are the exception to the rule.
It's still
But the
feasible. If
rule
you
is
say it's feasible, that
it's
means is
not
it
no
possible?
no because it's not really possible for the
It's
majority.
really
Is it,
possible. You saying it's
that's like
not
saying that's
makes
like
it's a
saying that's like
go
saying for
ahead.
the majority of people, anything is possible. Anything is possible. Is it probable? Would it probably happen for the majority of people? No. Usually, in most households, the man and the woman has to go to work because of the economy. Because, and I'm gonna say it, and I know y'all
That's
gonna
a
get mad
that's
at
a
me for
poverty
saying it.
lifestyle. That's a poverty lifestyle. That's a poor man's sport for everybody to go to work. Who's taking care of the children?
Well,
That's what I'm
guess what?
saying. Y'all gotta. That's what polygamy is. You doing it
I
right.
no, I believe. Listen, I believe that a man. My true belief is that a man's supposed to provide, just what you say, right? The woman take care of the house. But I like to understand what really is happening in the world. I'm not talking about the way I would like for it to be. I'm talking about the way it actually is. And the
Me,
way that
me,
it
me
is,
too. Me too. Just don't put it in with the way that it should be. Don't make that seem like the good. Put it for what it is. People want to have sex with different people at the same time while all of their people know it, or people wanting to put together finances so that they can do things that they are
so that
not
way
able to.
that way it could live.
You're making it seem like it's impossible to do that without having more than one person.
I'm not saying that it's impossible. That's no, don't hold on. I'm gonna drop the link for him real quick. I'm not saying that it's impossible. It's possible because a lot of more people are doing it the regular way, one man, one woman. More people are doing it that way. But
Okay.
so it's possible. But
Yeah.
some people like to look at it in a different way where it's easier and how can we make this lifestyle to where our kids have more support, more this, more that. They do it for the family reasons. I am not talking about the ones that are just doing it for sex. I'm not talking about those people.
We need to bring
Are
somebody
they
on here who has a successful polygamous relationship, and then someone who is doing it just calling it polygamy, and they're just like sleeping around and having relationships with different
With
people
different
just
people
to ask
just to ask
questions.
questions.
Oh God. Oh
world
God.
class? You got
World
you
class,
gotta you gotta
yeah,
echo.
this
You
I
gotta
mean,
echo.
geez. Oh, hold on. My bad. Yeah, I do. Hold on. My bad. Okay. Good now, right?
There you go. There you go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
we
dang,
good now.
Oh
Candace.
wait,
Hi,
let
Candace.
me. Can you hear me? Can
How
you
you
hear me?
doing?
Okay, no echo. Go ahead. My bad.
Hi, Candace. How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Something about something. Oh, God.
No, I was talking. I was saying that because it was echoing really
Oh,
loud.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I promise to be gentle. So easy place that Lilith name does show up is Isaiah 34, 14. Her name is
Hmm.
in the
Okay.
King James Version.
And what does it
But you,
say?
there's, I think one of it refers to her by name, but it talks about a creature about a, what is it? Let me
Okay.
see. Talk about a creature about a river or some shit, something wild like that. But they also, you have Solomon that did speak to one of her
Quit is so
sons.
mad. I'm sorry. I'm in the comments. The problem is people judging others with their. Nobody's judging. We're just making sure that, or I am making sure that we're speaking about what we're speaking about, and that there's no lack of clarity. So saying
Yeah,
whatever is, saying that it is, and whatever's not, saying that it's not. So it's not melding with each other. So yeah.
yeah. So monogamy, the real meaning of the word is marrying once in a lifetime. But what does marriage mean? Gami means to marry. To marry means to give offspring in wedlock and or marriage. So mono is modifying that. So that means what?
So who was modifying what?
Mono is modifying Gamy, Gamy.
Oh, yeah.
Which means marry, to marry. Marry. Marry means to give offspring. So mono is modifying that. That means how many children are we having? That means to have one child in a lifetime. Monogamy is two virgins coming together making one virgin, which is precisely the opposite of be fruitful and be multiply. That is what the word means. Monogamy is genocide.
Okay,
it's a mockery of God.
Okay, where'd you get that from?
I'm talking about. That is what the word means. That's how to read.
Where'd you get that from?
No, that's what it means. The etymology. I just posted it earlier. That's what the word means.
Post it again. When I say where, I mean like your resource, so that somebody can go to it.
I'm trying to find it right now. Where you Oh, you talking about the
No. I can post a link. I can give you. All you got to go is.
Well, I ain't gonna be able to click it anyway, but I can see what it is.
Yeah.
So
I got you. I'm about to post it right now. Yeah.
Quint,
go ahead. You got it.
Your marbles are gone. I don't know.
Yeah, Quint is on what today? So
he need to go on over to Becky and get what he need.
Oh man, yo, Candace, stop.
Nah, Quint already came for me. I tell you, he opening it up, opening it up.
No, I don't do interpretation.
Oh, the actual.
I literally go to what the word means. See, I went to literally what the word Marry mean. I know what the name Mary means. I go to what the words mean. I don't make up anything.
Do me a favor.
Not when it comes to the Bible.
Find it in the Blue Letter Bible where they break it down to the original words, not English etymology or the things that people made up. Go to the original Greek language.
Yeah. So here's the problem with doing that.
Look up the words with that.
Yeah, here's the problem with doing that. If you don't know the words in English, you're not going to understand the translation. You got to know the words in English correctly before they do the translation or transliteration.
Okay.
So you can't go. You don't go from English to Hebrew. That's not how you do that.
That's exactly how you do it. You see a word in the Bible. It has it has a number. Listen, it has a number on it that you go to where you find those words. It talks to you about whether or not it's feminine, whether or not it's masculine. It talks to you about all of those things. You can actually take a word that's in the Bible. Take a word that's in the Bible. Go ahead.
You're talking about how to look up. You're talking about how to look it up in a Blue Letter. I'm talking actual grammar. So English is 70% Latin, and the rest is Germanic. So you have to go to those etymon, which is the matrix or the mother of the word, to see what the word actually meant.
Okay, well, you go ahead and go through all that.
Okay. But see, this is the thing I be having a problem with people, period. Because
what you're saying is not true. What you're saying is not true. I can break out the Bible and the study Bibles right now.
Okay, cool. What did I say that's not true?
As far as you go straight to the you got to go to the English word before you or the etymology, the explanation of what someone said the English word is, versus looking at the word in the King James Version, looking it up inside that they have numbers on there where it's self-explanatory. You can take it towards the book, look at the book, come up with the Greek or the Hebrew language. You see what it was. You study whether or not it's feminine, masculine, who they were talking to. It has all of that stuff in there, and that has the original word. Because going to the etymology.com, whatever it is, that's doing nothing but somebody put something in there, and yes, it does mean those words in English. So how isn't the Blue Letter? Isn't somebody put something?
So how isn't the Blue Letter somebody putting something in there?
Because it's not even just the Blue Letter.
The only thing that makes what you said back. Literally, what you're saying is etymology while you're trying to dismiss etymology.
I'm talking about human etymology versus the Bible etymology. You're trying to take it from another book. Why not just go straight to the Bible? Because that's
called translation. You have to do when you go from one language to the next language. The words themselves.
But you're not going back far enough.
How am I not going back far enough? What other languages does English come from other than Latin? English doesn't come from Greek.
The Bible was in Greek or Hebrew.
English, I'm gonna help you again. English doesn't come from Greek.
Okay,
Latin
but we're talking about the Bible. You're separating it. We're talking about the Bible. The Bible,
so
the original
Bible
language
wasn't written in Greek. It was
Hebrew.
written in Aramaic. It was written in Aramaic. There's no such thing as Hebrew.
And Greek and Hebrew. What are you talking about?
Okay,
look it up.
I can help
Alexa,
you. Latin.
What was the original
Latin,
Bible written in? Hebrew,
Latin comes from a
Greek,
language called
or
Italic. Latin comes from a language called Italic. Italic comes from a language called Coptic. Coptic is what Moses and them actually wrote and spoke in.
yeah? Okay,
This is
so keep
basic.
going.
This is
Go
basic grammar.
ahead. That's fine. Go ahead. So if you can say it all so everybody else can understand you, because I know what's right and what's not. So go ahead. So you can get
Without
to the
knowing
point
what
you're
the
trying to
words in
make.
English mean?
No,
Yeah.
whatever
So
point you was trying to make.
I did. I already made the point.
Okay, what's the next one? Yeah, ain't no reason to go back and forth
Right.
when I know what the truth is.
You don't know, because if you're saying you
I,
can't pick
I
out
just
anything
asked
that I
Alexa
said, you
just
can't
now.
pick
I
out.
just asked Alexa.
Cool. I'm glad you can ask Siri,
But you right and they
Alexa.
not.
You can Google it.
You
Cool.
right and they not.
We can do it. We can have a debate, and I promise I'm gonna beat Siri because I know how to read.
Was Greek, right? TDP. Old Testament was it was Aramaic and Greek, and the New Testament.
Greek is for Jesus Christ. There's no. Oh God. Yeah. Again, Latin is older than Greek. Latin was around. Latin was around before Greek
Okay,
existed.
it don't matter to what we're talking about right now.
Okay, cool. English is 70% Latin and Germanic. That's where you get the words from. So if they translate something in the Blue Letter Bible and they give you English and you don't know the words, you're gonna be in the same place. Like when people read John, you don't know what John means. You don't know what the word verse means. It's a word. Water means to spring. It's two words. Water, V-E-R, because there's no V enunciation in Latin, and the word say, which means self.
Thank you.
So
Prime.
the word verse means to spring oneself.
I
So
already
when you
agreed
go
to
and you
disagree.
actually when you look at monogamy, when you look at monogamy, you're looking at a compound word. So if mono means one, which it does, and gamy comes from gamete, G-M-E-T-E, which means to marry, and then you look up what marry means. Marry means to give offspring. In marriage, it is telling you, monogamy is telling you that you're having one child in a lifetime. That is what the word means. That's how to read and comprehend.
What
Reading
does the
is
word
not
monogamy
enunciating
mean?
word. Reading is not enunciating words. Reading is comprehension.
Marriage with only one person at a time.
Marriage
All
with
right.
only one person at a time. That's monogamy.
Yeah. So what is her source?
What is your source, bro? You
I
smarter
already
than
posted
Alexa?
in the chat from an etymology dictionary. From an etymology dictionary, where you can go on that website and they can give you the sources
Why you
where they got
challenging her
the thing
source,
from.
Alexa, but not yours? I mean, you challenged it. What is
But
her
you
source?
challenged my source, but I actually produced something. What's her source? What's yours?
What?
Yours is Alexa.
Alexa, where did you get?
So what book did you get that from? I can pull an etymology dictionary, an Oxford etymology dictionary right now. It's going to say the same thing that I'm saying. What source do you got?
Go ahead, ask her. Ask her what you're saying.
I do this to PhDs and people with master's degrees all the time.
Ask her if that makes you.
I don't have to ask her because I'm competent. I can just go to the book. I can get it out of a book.
Okay, go get it out of a book.
And I posted it. So everybody got the link, Etymon Online. You can go there and then you can look on their main page and they tell you all the books that it come from. And when you look on that website, it tells you the sources right there. So where's Alexa deriving her meaning from?
Basically, you saying Alexa is wrong.
Where is she? I'm asking questions. It's a discovery. Where did she derive
Alexa, where did you derive that last meaning from?
From Microsoft.com. You can access the meeting recap by going.
What did you ask? What did you ask?
Microsoft.com is where Alexa. Microsoft.com is where Alexa got it from. I got it from Etymon Online.
That's not where she got it from. You're not
dictionary.
listening.
I got it from an etymology dictionary.
She misheard me. I'm asking you what the question was.
Where did she get her sources from?
Where she get the source?
No. What was the question before, so I can ask her where she gets that from? What was the question we asked her?
What is the source she got that? That's what the question is.
No.
What's the source she get her definition
monogamy?
From?
Jesus, Alexa, what does monogamy mean?
We went through that.
Monogamy is usually defined as marriage with only one person at a time. For more, ask me to give you more definitions for monogamy.
You see what I'm saying?
Alexa, where did you get that definition from?
From dictionary.com.
That's older than your etymology, whatever the case may be, and it's a dictionary. Definitive.
So dictionary.com,
English people made it.
Dictionary.com is older than where I got it from. That's what that's your claim?
Or no? Who is dictionary.com? Are you saying dictionary.com is lying?
So you're saying dictionary.com?
Are you saying dictionary.com is not true?
I'm challenging your source, man.
Dictionary.com.
I don't know why
Are
you're
you
saying
saying
stuff
it's
that I
not
didn't
true?
say. How are you asking me? Am I positing something when I'm asking a question? I asked you, you're saying dictionary.com is older than the source that I got it from?
And I'm asking you a different
You're saying that
question.
dictionary.com
I'm asking
is
you a
older than
different
the
question.
abridged
I'm
dictionary?
asking you a different question because that doesn't matter. Like, that's not going
So
to bring any clarity.
Adamon.com gets, like I said,
You just want to talk.
Adamon.com. Adamon.com.
He
I'm
just
not,
want to
I
talk.
can't be distracted by people that don't have the skill set. I'm not being distracted by you asking me that I say something I didn't say. That's not how
It's not a
that's not going to work like that.
distraction.
When I'm challenging,
You were
it
asking
is.
me to
If you're
respond to you.
you're asking me to posit something when we're in inquiry right now. I didn't posit
No,
anything.
I was asking something. You can't inquire on my inquiry.
What were you asking before I challenged your
I
source?
said, do you?
You know how earlier when she asked me where I got it, I just posted it. Now we got to go through a series of things. When you
No, we don't.
But
It's
this is
one
a process.
question.
This is
One
called an
question.
exorcism.
One question.
It's
Is
called an exorcism
dictionary.com wrong?
because you can't run.
Is dictionary.com wrong?
When it comes to denotated meaning, it probably is if it's not unabridged.
Okay, I know
in
what type of
etymology.
person you is. Go ahead, finish talking.
It probably
Say whatever
is.
you need to say.
Is it from an etymology? If we're having an etymology conversation.
That's not what we're having. You're having
dictionary.com?
the etymology conversation. I'm having the original truth conversation. We're not the same.
The word etymon means that. That's what it means.
Okay. All right.
It means the true
Agree to
sense of the
disagree.
word.
Agree to disagree.
You agreeing to disagree that the
What's
word
number
etymon
6?
means
What's
a
number
true
6?
sense of a word?
What's number 6?
So
What's
you
number
can't win
6?
with facts, so we're just going to be dismissed.
What's number 6?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead, get your,
Just because you
your
say
super
it's facts
chat.
don't mean it's facts. What's number 6?
I proved it, though.
Yeah.
Did not. What's number 6?
This makes sense.
Yo, hold
What's
on,
number
hold on, hold on.
6?
We got a
What's
$20
number
super
6?
chat.
Quint, nobody. I'm over here smiling.
He said now who's mad? It's getting hot in the kitchen.
He ain't
But he
showing up
thinks
nothing. I can guarantee you.
it's
Does
rest.
anybody other than Quint and the people who want to be against me in the live, does anybody in here agree with anything he was saying? And wasn't he trying to?
I ain't gonna lie. I agree with what he's saying because I
You
look at
can't.
it. I'm looking at it. Huh?
No. I'm not talking about that. What I mean, do you even understand? Versus, I'm trying to.
Oh, I definitely understand
No,
what he's saying.
So you understand what he's saying based on? Did he ever answer any of my questions?
He did.
No, he did not.
Every one of
He
them.
did not know.
Every
He
one of
did
them.
not answer whether. Well, yeah, he did. He thought it was wrong. So so what you're saying
No.
is what he's saying is more truth than dictionary.com.
Yeah, because there's a source.
Yeah, that's
okay,
crazy.
but let me tell you.
That's crazy.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why what he said makes sense. Just hear me out, Candace, before you jump in.
There was no point, Prime. That's the thing. He
Hold
just
on.
want to talk. He's trying to over talk.
Hold on.
Hold on. I was talking to Prime for just for 1 second. He was trying to over talk, but we're actually talking about with all type of big words, knowledge, and all this other stuff, word salad to get people confused and soundbite.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't word salad because basically, dictionary.
On to the next thing.
It still has a source of what it came from. So
as did his.
So it can't be older than actual,
I corrected. I corrected myself, and yes, it can. But I corrected myself. It can be older than that particular website. It can.
No, because he didn't get it from a website.
He did. He got it from etymologysomething.com. He posted
now,
it.
the book translates it over to a website, right? The book makes it a .com, but it was older than that, just like it did to the Bible. So it still came from something. It derived from something. Words have meanings, and every bit of a word derives from something that gets translated to over what people want to believe it as in the English language. So
and
then
the point was what he was saying was not original. That was the point, that what he was saying was not the original thing. The original thing, we were talking about the original books in the Bible as far as whether or not they were Hebrew, Greek, and all the other stuff. Him saying it was written in this, no Greek, no none of that. There were people in here that agreed with that and that said that. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about your opinion of things. I'm talking about the facts of things.
King James is not the original.
Yo,
outside of King James Kingdom, it
You're just someone
merit.
who wants to stop. You're just someone who wants to stop at a certain thing.
You haven't rebutted not a single thing that I've said. You just windmilling right now. King James version is valid in King James Kingdom. King James version of the Bible is valid in King James's kingdom only. It has no merit anywhere else. That's basic stuff. That's why it's called version. It's called version for a reason. It's not the
what you're saying is everything you're saying is fact, but everything else is a version.
I'm proving it as I'm speaking. I'm saying what words mean and where they come from and what year it came from. You're not saying any of that.
Yo,
I'm saying, I am
Just wait a
saying,
minute,
and it's
Lord.
very
Hold on, Candace.
disappointing. It's very disappointing that
Give me a
marriage is
minute,
being
y'all.
looked
Give me
at
a
in the
minute,
way
y'all.
that it is, GMT, especially
No,
with
Yes.
you.
no, hold on.
You know the Bible and you know the truth. You're a believer, so I'm definitely gonna come at you.
I
Iron sharpens
said,
iron.
I said that I believe my wife
It is a loose
and
translation,
me
Prime.
practice my wife and me, we practice one man, one woman relationship. We don't add, we don't do additions. I just told you I don't knock the lifestyle. I'm not mad at the lifestyle.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't denounce the lifestyle either, right? I don't sit down and say, that's all I'm saying.
That's not all you saying. That's not all you saying, GMT. That's not all you
That is
saying.
all I'm saying.
Because
the
what I'm saying
value
is you're
system and
agreeing
identity
with him
is
with everything, saying that number one, you
because
said that
nothing I said
monogamy
was
is
challenging.
you said monogamy. You said monogamy was not the original thing. That the original thing
It's
was
not.
polygamy. Biblically,
Yes.
that is untrue.
No, hold on.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him.
Here's what I'm saying though, because I never said that. Never said I'm into the lifestyle. All I'm saying is I don't knock the practice. They do what they do. It's less than 1% of the population in modern times that actually do it knowingly, right?
So I'm gonna ask you a question because you keep like pushing off what I'm saying. I'm gonna ask you a question. It is your belief that monogamy was not God's original intent, that polygamy was.
It's my belief that that's not how people practiced it back in the
yes
day.
or no? I'm trying to get somewhere. Yes or no?
I believe in Christianity times. Yes, the Bible itself tells us to do that, and we follow the Bible. So yes, is that what I say so in
polygamy
the Bible?
Is of God. Polygamy is of God.
Hold on, Candace.
No,
Can you
it's
let
not.
me finish saying?
Absolutely not.
Candace,
I don't allow
Candace,
God.
can you let me finish say what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
No.
All right.
Yeah, why you knock homosexuality?
Why I knock? You know why I knock homosexuality? But
No, I
that's another
don't
thing.
know why. Because it's wrong in the Bible. Same thing. Polygamy. God says one woman, one man.
Where did God say that at?
I'm talking to GMT because you just want to prove your
You just
point. You're
lying
not
on
really
God.
listening.
I'm going to prove my point. You're lying on God. You can't prove that nowhere in the Bible.
Alexa, what does the Bible say about having one spouse?
Oh my God, Candace, you
Exactly.
All right, Candace.
Exactly. This is supposed to be a person that's
No,
of
y'all
God.
don't want me to prove
Disrespecting
y'all
people.
wrong. That's
Disrespect.
the
You can't prove
That's
anything.
the
You're just
issue.
being
Y'all
disrespectful
don't
on
want me
somebody
to
else's
prove y'all
channel.
wrong.
No.
GMT
When
gonna
you
come on
find
here
monogamous
in 2
people, when you
days.
have this monogamous
GMT gonna come in here
these
in
pipe
2 days
dreamers,
and apologize
when
because
their
his wife's
value
gonna get him
system and their
and his pastor
self-worth
in
and their
church gonna get him
identity gets
too.
challenged, and it's just, this is what you get. The fact of the matter is, you can go do real research. You can find that Lilith exists. It's a real thing. It's real.
Okay.
And let me help you with
Yes, she
that.
does exist, but you
Monogamy
still
is
did- you
marrying
still- you-
once
and
in a
you still did
lifetime.
not say that
Monogamy
it
is
said that
marrying
Lilith
once in a
was-
lifetime. I hear
was
you, but I was
Adam's
just speaking.
wife.
Monogamy is marrying once in a lifetime. What you're gonna find out is a guy named Joseph who had a wife named Mary. What you'll find out is that Joseph,
So you're not
with his
monogamous.
wife Mary. So you'll find out that with
Ain't
Joseph,
none of us monogamous.
he
because
had a
we done
wife
had
named
sex before we
Mary.
got
Mary
married.
had a son named Jesus. You will find out, if you knew your Bible, that Joseph's first wife was not Mary.
What
That
does
was
this
his
have to do
second
with
wife.
anything? This is what I'm
Because
talking about.
monogamy is marrying once in a lifetime. That's what
Okay,
the word
that's cool.
means. So
Okay.
Joseph,
All right.
What that
Yeah.
got to do with anything, Mel?
Yeah, that's crazy right there. So Joseph,
This not making no
right?
sense. Like this
Yeah, I
is
know you just
encouraging
saying
people to
anything.
be
You just saying
polygamous.
random stuff. No, the thing that's
No,
disgusting
you
is
saying
monogamy.
random stuff, bro.
You just saying random stuff that don't
No,
make sense.
you're saying
Your
random
monogamy.
stuff.
I'm gonna help you out. Monogamy has
No,
nothing
you
to
ain't
do
got
with the
to help
Bible.
me out. You can't help me out.
Monogamy, cool. Monogamy has nothing to do with the Bible or any religion. It is colonization only. It's not in the
I
Bible.
cannot believe that you letting this and GMT
You
you
can't-
gonna come back on here and
monogamy is
apologize
not in the
because you
Bible.
gonna
You
get
can-
smoked.
No,
Guarantee
Kenneth.
you gonna get smoked. You gonna come back on here and
Kenneth.
apologize.
But you can't go in your Bible and prove it though. That's the only thing I'm saying. You said that
I'm not
Lilith
gonna
wasn't
argue with
in
you 'cause I can see that's what you want. I don't
Isaiah
have to prove to you
34:14.
anything.
Isaiah 34:14 is where you
But you're
find the
talking-
name
so you're
Lilith.
ta-
You
so
lied
you
and
can go in
said
the Bible right now, but the Bible
Lilith
isn't
wasn't in the
correct?
Bible. You lied and said that Lilith wasn't in the Bible. Isaiah
call me a liar.
34:14.
Don't call me a
no, I'm
liar.
not. If it fits
That's
you, that's
exactly
it.
what
You
you said.
lied. What you did is lie and said Lilith wasn't in the Bible.
Nobody
Isaiah 34:14.
lied. Nobody
You did lie.
lied.
You said that.
GMT.
You said she's not in the original Bible. That's what you said in this stream.
World class.
You said that.
GMT.
Hold on, Candace. World class.
Am I making it up? I said a single lie backed up everything I said with source every time.
what I think
It's
is
giving
this.
condescending. It
Now,
is.
hold on, Candace. Wait a minute. What I say, I don't necessarily. I haven't read the Bible.
Nah,
from back-
forget that. I'm not talking about
hold
that
on,
right now.
hold
He
on,
need to be
hold on,
checked.
hold on. Can you listen to me?
About what?
I'm
You
not
been
telling
wrong?
you that. Hold on, world class. I
Okay, you got
have
it.
not read the Bible from back to front, right?
I have.
I know what I know what I know. So I'm not going to sit here and say, "Oh my God, like this verse says this verse says that, this means this means that." Y'all having a conversation. I'm just saying how I see things and how I interpret things and how I believe things.
Either
And
way,
if-
calling me a
and
liar is too far.
I said you lied. That's what I said.
And
he's
that
not
can-
calling you
you
a
can-
liar.
no,
you,
and he's
you
saying
can,
that
you
I
can keep
lied, and I
flipping
did
it. All
not.
you're doing is you're lying back to back. You're doing it a lot.
GMT,
And
You
lying is
just lied.
someone purposefully choosing to say something
what
that is
I
not
think-
true.
And here's what I think, world class.
You know
And-
you didn't know. You didn't know
correct
you
me if
didn't.
I'm-
You know you
hold on,
couldn't
hold on,
prove
hold
if
on.
Lilith was in the Bible or not, and you said it
Hold on,
anyway.
correct me
GMT.
if I'm wrong. Hold on, Candace. Correct me if I'm wrong. Candace, you yourself, you said you read the Bible, and I do believe that majority
From
of
back to
Christians-
front and studied it with.
But hold on. I do believe that the majority of Christians read the Bible and interpret the Bible how they interpret the Bible.
How they interpret
And-
the Bible, correct?
Right. So it doesn't necessarily mean you're wrong or you're lying. What it could mean is that that's your reality of how you interpreted the Bible.
Yeah, but GMT, you need to be checking him, not talking to me about it. Check him.
For what reason?
You just
For what
said that
reason?
he said the word lying. So that's why I'm saying
Okay,
that. So that
bet.
now I'm telling him that I don't think you're lying. I'm thinking it's your interpretation.
Yeah, that's I get what you're doing versus what needs to be done. That was disrespectful and it was
needs
rude.
to be-
You need to say to
disrespectful.
him,
It's
you can't be
disrespectful.
calling
It's
nobody a liar. How about
no,
that?
no.
You come down my back
This
this whole
windmilling,
time.
this windmilling queen crap
Oh
that's
my
going on. This is this
Oh
is
my
BS. This is bullshit. Hey,
agree.
bro, this right here is phony. You said you made a claim on the Bible as a Christian that was not true.
Interpretation. No, I did not.
What?
What I said was that the Bible does not mention that Lilith is his wife. And that is
That's
true.
not what you said.
That's
You said you
exactly
don't find-
okay.
you don't
Then I'm
find
correcting.
Lilith-
Then I'm correcting it. That's what I mean.
So
Since
prior to you
understood
correcting
that
it,
way,
what
then
is
I'm
it called?
correcting it.
No. It's not an understanding. It's what you said. You said that.
See, this is what I mean. He wants
You
to
talked
argue.
about the original. It's not about arguing. It's you trying to change what you did into something else while
No,
putting
I'm
claim on
not.
somebody
I'm
else to
sorry that
act
you
like
deal
you
with women
peacemaking.
that
I'm not
way.
the
I'm sorry that you deal with women that way, but I'm
not the
trying to
person
be
to play them
clear.
games with.
I'm trying
You
to
made
be
a claim.
clear,
You made a claim
GMT.
about the Bible. You said it wasn't
So-
there. That's
so-
why
No, I
I
didn't.
brought
That's
it
what
up.
you're
That's
trying
what
to
he
do to
asked
make
me to
me
come
look
up
bad.
for.
Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move
Go ahead.
on. Because we could talk about,
And that's fine.
we could talk about biblically, we could talk about Bible stuff all day long. I do believe Bible is up for, I do believe there's people that truly study words. And I do believe there's people that read words for what they see it as and they go with that. So that's two different type of people. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you're lying. And like I said, me personally, I don't think Candace is lying. I see her as, this is how she believes it. I interpreted, honestly, the Bible the way you interpreted it, but I do also understand that words have meanings. And if you truly break down the context of words, we interpret a lot of words wrong, right?
Yeah.
But it's our belief system is what makes us who we are. So if we say, okay, well, this is how I choose to interpret the Bible and this is how I believe in it, no one can sway me. So all of the back and forth really is for no reason, because we tend to take things how we take it, no matter what anyone says. I'm not a word person, right? So I'm not going to say, this word means this and break it down, but I do understand the relevance of that, though. And I understand also what Candace is saying. So that's why I'm sitting here smiling, because I look at both of y'all like both of y'all have your points. You know what I'm saying? You both have your points. And I'm not knocking either one of y'all. I understand both of y'all. But we're going to move on.
Thank you, CDP.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scary.
We're gonna move on. Let's move on. Candace, let's move on to number 6, which we was
Nah, I'm good. I'm hopping off.
Oh no, Candace, don't hop on.
I don't like. Yeah, I'm good.
No, stay right there, Candace. Candace, hold
Sounds
up.
whatever
Hold
about
up.
it.
Hold up. We should be able to have debates without getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Or without without quitting and saying I
But-
don't want to be a part of something. This is a debate. You know what I'm saying? You guys had a debate.
But-
you don't see things the same way, and
But
that's okay.
that's why I said what I said about monogamy. It is a mockery of God. A lot of people take that as their identity. And when they get challenged, once you've been questioned, your value system gets questioned. It is not an easy conversation, GMT. It's extremely difficult. I had this conversation 10, 12 years ago. And I get the same exact response. I'm elite at what I do. Elite at what I do. All I do is give source. And to what's being said in the chat, I'm not doing interpretation. I tell people stop interpreting. It's a book. It's words in it. Look the words up. I approach the Bible with research skills and scholarship. I don't do all that. That's not my shit. I'm 39 years old. Every letter in that book is older than me by hundreds of years. I don't have a right to have a feeling about what's in that book. I don't know why people think it's okay for you to feel. You do not find monogamy in the Bible. God does not support that. It is an insult. And I'm a consecrated and appointed missionary to Moorish Science Temple of America. Some of us have real religious titles and we take it serious. I take people's religion, the Bible, the Torah, Tanakh, Talmud. I take it serious. I don't let nobody play with nobody's religion. I don't do that. I'm not allowed to do that. I've been indemnified. I can't allow that. Israelite, Catholic, I don't let nobody play with nobody's religion. You're not going to be making claims on God or on the Bible or on the Torah or the Quran, and it's not accurate. We don't do that.
I feel you. Like I said, I definitely, I think a lot of it has to do with the way we interpret things. Like I said, I could go back to that again, how she interpreted her whole life. You got to think, however old Candace is, however old I am, we interpret things a certain way. And most of us as Christians, we don't do research. And I know you know that. Most Christians don't do, we'll read things as the word and that's it.
It's more Americans that don't do no goddamn research. They're supposed to be doing it. It's people that's supposed to be doing it that don't do it. Pastors and sheiks and sheikess that don't be doing research. Yes, that's people's problem.
Right.
You got to. This is not an easy. The thing is, it's not. And I want you to get to the video. The Bible. I just got to say this. The Bible. These holy books. They're not like Zane books. They're not like comic books. They like the NFL, NHL, MLB. You got to have a certain skill set and conditioning before you get to it. They don't teach you how to read. You have to. It's not lightweight. This is heavy stuff. You really have to be elite. When you pick that Bible up, you're missing so much stuff. Hey, bro, I can go through Genesis 1. I could probably teach it for at least 2 to 3 years. Every day, 8 hours. It's so much stuff in Genesis 1. It don't make no sense. It don't even make any sense how much stuff is in Genesis 1. These people that wrote the Bible, then I'm done, are at such a high level of scholarship. There's so much in it in a short period of time. Every word means something. Every comma means something, whether a word is capitalized or not, how many how many words are in each verse, how many verses are in each book, what the book mean, what Genesis mean, the word, what Exodus means, the word, what John means, the word. John, I'm gonna say this, I'm sorry. John comes from a word, Aramaic word, Yohan. Yohan's means favored by God. John 1 verse 1, Yohan un warseun. In the beginning was the word, and the word was with God, and the word was God. Right? That means so much. It is so much in that. I could teach that literally for 3 straight months. It's so much in that first verse. It's at a high level, and they don't need no interpretation. All you got to do is know what the words mean. Bro. Our people need to approach religion with scholarship, because like I told another sister, we actually want to do a live stream together. Religion, science, and language is the same conversation. They are not separate. They've never been separate. Only until these last 80 years. They've never been a separate conversation, ever. Genesis 1 verse 2 tell you that. In the beginning, God said, let there be light, and there was. I'm done.
Right. Now I'm with you.
Same thing. They're not separate.
I definitely know words have meanings, and I truly believe that. That's why when you say what you're saying, I'm more or less listening, because hey, I look at everything as a learning experience for me too. I'm not up here with I'm right about everything if I know I don't know something. So for me, I'm listening.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I'm listening to her too, because I'm listening to what I could gain and how I could learn from every conversation that I have. So yeah. I'm like, listen, I enjoyed the debate, and that's how I look at it. I watch debate shows all the time. I enjoy people that can have healthy debates, healthy understanding without it turning into something of name calling people out their names, all that other stuff. So yeah, I'm with the.
Yeah, I'm not. I wasn't up here for her. I was up here for the topic. I don't care who it is. I don't give it. It was Candace Owens. I don't care about the person. I care about the topic because it's important for people to understand what they're doing.
I agree. Nah, you gonna hang out with me for a little bit?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
We gonna get off of this one.
I done read your guess off. Then I'm gonna leave. No, I got you. I'm up with you.
It's all good. It's all good. Candace know it's all love. I'm gonna get off of her, and we're gonna talk. We're gonna just get into the main topic because I was supposed to go to a barbecue, so we gonna get into the main topic. So I got this. As y'all see, we're gonna talk about this woman that got jealous about the way this woman dressed, right? For her birthday, it's the way her best friend dressed. So check this out.
Oh yeah.
The makeup, all that extra jewelry and shit, bitch. And then you go in the fucking hoochie cut the shorts, knowing my nigga coming with us out. That's weird, bitch. You not my fucking friend for real, bitch. You not real.
Okay, but
it's my birthday.
First off, if that's
about me.
If that's your nigga, he shouldn't even be looking at me.
Okay, bitch, you don't even need to be giving him a reason to look at you, bitch.
Bitch, I'm just being.
Next time,
I'm just
bitch,
being
you need to wear a
me.
jean skirt, bitch.
Bitch, I'm just being me. Why are you yelling? Like, it's not even that
my
deep.
feelings hurt, bitch. You supposed to be a real bitch and you trying to look better than me.
Okay,
on my day.
Bitch, what you wanted me to wear? Some fucking hand-me-downs and some corduroys,
no,
bitch?
The fuck? You should have put on a jean skirt or some fucking leggings or some baggy jeans, bitch. You know you got more body than me. That's not right, cuz. That's wrong.
Bitch, that's not wrong. Bitch, that's how you
I
mad.
fucked up because we supposed to be enjoying my birthday, and I can't even enjoy my birthday because you're looking
bitch, how are you gonna allow what I have
better
on?
than me?
How are you gonna allow what I have on to make you feel a type of way on your birthday?
Like the fuck? Like every time we go in the spot, they're looking at you, they're looking over me. Like that's not how it's supposed to be.
Oh my gosh.
It's my birthday.
Yo, so
Wow.
talk to me,
Jesus.
Bro.
Yo, who was wrong in that one, man? Let's talk about it.
Man, I mean, can I just say this?
Yeah,
This is not even the 30th time I've heard this. This is normal. Why? This is one of the first things I stopped doing to celebrate people's birthdays because this is nasty, man. This is evil work, man. Why do you have a girl around you that you jealous of? And why are you around a girl that's jealous? Oh, that's not jealousy. That's envy. This is disgusting. Like she's really crying, but that liquor, what they say, a drunk mind, sober tongue, something like that. Drunk mind, sober tongue, something like that.
You know this liquor
that is
right
so
there,
she literally crying about how much better this girl body look. You knew that. Why you around my nigga? Well, why you with a nigga? If y'all doing the monogamy thing, why you with a nigga that like her more than you? What the type of girl? What is this? Don't make sense. What are you talking about? Why are you mad? Who says stuff like this out loud? A drunk mind. But you think this the entire time. That's why, hey, man, I have to take another shot. I do not understand friendship with monogamous women. I've said this 10 years ago. It's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. If y'all get single, your homegirl, and this is what you find, especially with lower quality females, your homegirl is going to be smashing your nigga. It happen all the time. It's a conflict. Fundamentally, it's a conflict of interest. Now, if you mature. You're going to do what you're supposed to do and keep it. It's not that it's impossible for y'all to be mature, but it's just fundamentally a conflict of interest of both y'all monogamous. And you sitting there worried about your guy looking at your homegirl. Why you got him around him? But if a guy keep you away from the homegirls and the homeboys, you talking about he isolating me. That's just disgusting. This nice. This is nasty work. I seen this. I was like, oh my God. Like, but she's drunk. But this is what you know. This is how she feel. And the girl supposed to just sit here and take it. But this is what men go through. This is for one time women get to see what men go through all the time. We supposed to just shut up and take it, even though we know you wrong.
Right.
The girl driving who birthday it is dead wrong.
Dead wrong.
Absolutely wrong. If this same girl, right? If she's seen a bunch of guys telling a woman, you shouldn't be dressed like that. You shouldn't. She'd jump down his throat. But now, because it's your birthday and you sauced up, and maybe when your other homegirl said, damn, he looking at Tiffany a little too long. Now, all of a sudden, the outfit need to change. She told us you need to wear, jean jacket or something like that?
A jeans jacket.
She said, what you want to wear, some corduroys? Golly. She's like, yes, wear that. That was crazy.
I wouldn't
What you
even
think?
trust sitting in the car next to her because, yo, the way she crashing out right now, she might end up wrapping up just off the fact of like, yo, I'm mad at that you look better than me, and I'm gonna try to kill everybody in this car. And here's another thing: could you even trust a woman like the woman driving right now?
No, I would be scared.
So, right, to the point where she shouldn't even trust her around her man, because women like that, the likelihood is she would try to sleep with her man off the strength of, I need to prove something to her. I look better than you, so I could get your man. So let me do what I could do to get him. And you know what I'm saying? You get where I'm going at, right? That jealousy, that envy.
Yeah, envy. That's right on the screen. Envy. That's envy. That's not jealousy. Right. See, Jay-Z was wrong. Jay-Z said males shouldn't be jealous. That's a female's trait. He wrong. Males are definitely jealous. That is definitely a male. See, jealousy is when you want something because you've seen somebody else with it. Envy is a little worse than that. Envy is when you want something because you've seen somebody else with it and you want them, and you don't want them to have it even if there's enough.
Right.
This girl got a man. This other girl that's in the passenger seat probably don't even got a man. You got a man that she don't, but you jealous of her. That's envy. You can never be happy. Right. You have an internal emptiness that nobody can solve. You have to just be happy with whatever God gave you. And God gave her that, all the ass and all the titties, and no man. Who winning? You are. Like, what you doing? Auto Brad, that's just, it's sickening, man. But okay, I say this too. I think we know, men and women, we hearing this, we know both of them immature. You can imagine the type of conversation that these young preteens and young women are having, because we know she probably 22, 24 and under. And these are the type of conversations they're having. And are their mothers really explaining, are their mothers and grandmothers and aunts and their OGs, their female OGs, are they really showing them what to do with envy? Are they really showing them what to do with these feelings? How do you deal with this? How do you not be a traitor to your homegirl because you got envy that she ain't even thinking about? This girl just built like this. She get and the women be watching other women get all this attention, and they be really building up a lot of resentment. And that's tough, man. That's tough. I mean, we say something. We'll say something to a guy that may be jealous of another nigga. Hey, man, you jealous of this nigga because he got rims and all this and all. Man, go get your bread up. Go get your bread up. Go do that. Go get your bread up. Go hustle. Learn how to talk to women, stuff like that. And that hating shit, because we do that. That whole don't be a hater is a male thing of other men, right? But I don't know if women are doing that overall. And I don't think in this situation with these two young women that they've been supported in terms of how do you deal with envy like that? Because did that make you a bad person? All right, if you say you don't think women do deal with this on the regular, or I'm just saying I don't know. No, I'm saying I don't know if they've prepared young women to deal with envy on the regular. I know this. Okay. This is like the 30th plus time I've heard this. I've heard this on phone calls. That bitch know what she was doing. She wearing her back out. My man had it. I heard this all the time. This happens a lot. But I don't know if women are really showing the younger generation how to deal with envy like this, because we're not gonna throw this girl to the side that's driving because she's going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, she's going through, she has an issue, an insecurity that I think can be solved, right? Well, it's solvable. It's bigger problems in envy in life. But I don't see it. I don't see women really helping these younger women with stuff like this, because their friendship is over at this point. They can't be friends. They're not friends at this point.
No, honestly, they shouldn't have been friends to begin with. But like you said, some women, I think, like to have better looking women around them for the attention. So it's like, yo, her body look good, her body better than mine. If I keep her around me, then she brings the attention, and then I could get other men to look at me. But here's the thing, though, you got a man around. So like the biggest thing is you got what she don't have, like you said. So what's the problem? Even if your man did look at her, is he trying to holler at her? That's two different things. Right. Two different things. Right. So
I think that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing with envy. There's nothing that can happen outside that can solve that. That's an internal thing. Like, you're missing you. You're not missing another thing. You're not missing somebody else. You can't. To have a want for somebody else's stuff is disgusting. It's theirs. Right. Nobody can solve that for you, because if you get their stuff and they get something else, how you gonna cure that need? You want somebody else's stuff because you're not enough to you, and ain't nothing gonna change that. You jealous, you're not enough to you. You're envious, you're not enough to you. So they can get all the stuff in the world. You can get all that stuff in the world. You're still empty. And I call it internal insolvency.
Right.
You gotta fill that part of you that's empty with you. You gotta develop yourself, and they gotta have that conversation. Young men and women need to understand that, because hating on your homie is crazy work. Because you can tell it. That's why she was even recorded. You know, barring that this is not a skit. I don't think it is, but that's why she recorded it, because it's so. Yeah, I don't think it is. That's, you know, a lot of stuff we skip, but I don't think this one. She's so taken aback by, like, I know you're not really saying this. Yeah, she's saying it because she's drunk. And they probably came together to the little event or the little function together, and it's like, you pick me up to. Oh, that's nasty work, bro. That's
and
nasty.
it's like it's almost like when you look at, like, when men feel envy, usually that turns into violence, right? That turns
Violence,
into murder.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's literally like, yo, you got more than me, I'll set you up. You know, back where I'm from, that happens all the time to dudes. It'll be your best friend that got everything. He got the rims, he got the, you know, the jewelry, he got the women, he got the cars, he got all of that stuff. And then that turns into murder. That turns to where you'll never see that. My bad, YouTube. That turns into someone getting deleted because of envy with men. With women, it turns into this: the cattiness, the back and forth. This woman is so emotional right now. I would not trust her behind the wheel at all. At all. You know what I'm saying? Because
she tipsy and mad.
Tipsy and mad. Tipsy and mad. And look at that.
And you know what women do when they're angry? They close their eyes. So you driving, you drunk, you mad, and you close your eyes and you do it like 40.
Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Boom. Oh, all of us going down. Just because you mad, just because I got a better body than you. Now ain't none of us got a body. Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it happens all the time. I would say, fellas, young men, please be careful out there with the people that y'all around. It's good to kind of, and the question is, how do you spot it, right? How do you spot it beforehand when you meet somebody and you know or feel as if they have some form of envy towards you? What would your advice be to young men and women?
I mean, only thing you can do is keep them at it. Well, how to spot is what you're saying, not what to do with an envious person. How to spot. Fixation. When some, like, they'll bring up something about your stuff that just doesn't really apply to the situation. People that's envious, they'll just for no reason try to insert, because they've been thinking about it and they've been practicing it outside of your sight, and they'll just bring it up and constantly keep bringing it up. Early signs of fixation, not like when it's obvious, like they just fixate on you. I want, you know, your Xbox. You want my Xbox? You trying to steal my Xbox, bro? Like, what you want? Right, or your man just always take care of you. He just okay. What you want to fuck him? What you bringing him up for? Like, you know what I mean? I'm up bad now. I forgot. I'm up bad. Sorry, you too. Yeah, stuff like that. That's what I would look for. Envy, because and when you watch stuff like this, when they get what they get and they're not satisfied, it's because they got their heart set on somebody. They covet other people's stuff, and that's an identity problem. That's not just a stuff problem. That's a you don't have enough for you in your awareness problem. Right. That's why accuracy. That's why I harp. Like we just having that debate. I harp on accuracy, because that envy and jealousy. Another way people know it is FOMO, fear of missing out. You have a fear of missing out on somebody else's stuff, and you do not counter fear with love. You counter fear with knowledge. Right. Love is not a proper counter for fear. You don't have be in fear and get a hug or be taken care of. You have, like they say, the acronym is false evidence appearing real. We need accuracy, and you really need to get to know yourself and know who you are. So even if you're in a catastrophe, it's like, yeah, I can lose that, but I ain't gonna lose me. So I'm up.
I ain't gonna lose me. Right. That's real. That's real. Yo, me personally, I second everything you just said. That's exactly what I say to look out for. You know what I'm saying? Watch the signs. Watch people that bring up things that it's like, well, what are you talking about that for? Ain't nobody talking about my Xbox. Ain't nobody talking about my car. Ain't nobody talking about my man. Ain't nobody talking about my woman. What are you talking about it for? You know what I'm saying? So those are the things you got to look out for, because like I said, for men, it's usually more fatal than just an argument, cattiness. You know what I'm saying? And usually, and then hold up. Let's think about that too. Nowadays, look at Sha'Carri Richardson's homegirl that lost her life going on vacation with a group of friends. You remember that situation? Shorty's from
Oh
Charlotte
yeah.
too.
Yeah. It was two of them situations. See, it was one of them was on the beach, and there was
Yeah.
another one. They went to the girl was in the woods or camping with some white people.
One was on the beach, I think in Mexico. There was another one that when the girl went camping, and just the other day there was another one where a girl was in front of a car. I think she got out the car and started twerking, and her friends ran her over.
That one. That's the new one. Yeah.
If you start looking at it, women are becoming just as violent as men. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Where now envy is making women take other women's lives.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we could say that cattiness and yelling is a thing of the past. Now women are plotting on other women. So yeah, you gotta be real careful out there. You gotta be real careful out there. That's real. Sad times to live in, man. But yo, my guy, this was a great conversation. I gotta go. I promised my boy I was gonna go by his crib. But this was a great conversation, man. I appreciate you so much, man. My guy.
Man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, man. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. Definitely share it out to your mom and them. So when they cooking, they can hear me and Candace yell at each other. Without any cursing, you know what I'm saying? Without any cursing or whatever. Make sure y'all comment at the end of the stream. It helps it move in an algorithm. And you know what I say, man, there but two classes on this planet never been through. You were world class or you outclass. And the question is not which class you live in. The question is which class are the ones coming behind you deserve for you to die in. On your feet, on your knees, respect the craft. No, we out.
We out, y'all. All
right,
y'all have a good one. Peace.
Go